Saturday, May 3rd was supposed to be a washout as far as being able to go out to sail. So I went up on Friday, got some sailing in, and did some maintenance on the boat. The maintenance I covered in this short video here is reapplying the deck seats, and then I had some plumbing work to look for a clog, and then I also went over my deck organizer, my lines that are run from the mast back to the top of the companionway. This is Friday afternoon. Tomorrow should be a washout. It's supposed to be raining a lot, so I doubt I'll take the boat out. But I'm up here this afternoon working on some maintenance issues on the boat. I figured I'd point it out and show you kind of what's going on with this particular boat and what I've done and what I'm working on. Let me switch around. Okay, I'm in the cabin, obviously. My boat's got this sink. I think you could get these with a kitchen setup or something, but this drain, when I first got the boat, it never had water in it, and then over the past few years the water wouldn't drain, and so I decided to come and undo all the hoses and look and see if I had a clog somewhere in one of the hoses, and I do not find a clog anywhere. I took all these apart and checked to make sure there was no blockage, and so I will put this back together. I was kind of nervous about taking this last piece off here, this T, because it was screwed onto that pretty tight, and I was worried that I would break it or break that valve, that gate valve down there, because I think if you break that off, that's a big deal, because that's actually below the water line, I believe, so that would have been a problem. In my boat, it's old and it'll get water in it when I'm out sailing. This is from rainwater. I didn't cover up the boat when we left last time because I thought I was coming up and ended up not. So this is rainwater in here. Usually when we're sailing, if we're just sailing not that hard, I won't get but just a little bit of water in here, but this is more than I would have liked. But anyway, I'm up here working on these hoses. I'm about to put that back together, and while I was doing that, I went ahead and I'm taking off these drains. These cockpit drains don't really drain that well, and I can understand why that one right there doesn't drain. Just pine bark and what have you over the winter got in there, so I'm going to pull that out. And then I'm also going to remove and restick those back fake teak panels there. I brought the 3M adhesive, so it won't take me but just a minute to take those off and restick those, and I'll use a lot of glue this time. The other thing I wanted to mention, somebody had asked about this setup here on top of the cabin with all these clutches and cam cleats and everything. This was on the boat this way when I got the boat. I didn't do any of this. I did add the pulleys up there, the pulleys for the outhaul that I have. And so I've got the main halyard over here on this side, and I've got the boom vang in the middle, and this is my outhaul, and this is the jib halyard. And I'm about to figure out a way to, I need a longer topping lift core, but I'm going to bring that topping lift over to the mast also and bring it down right here where it's a little bit easier to control. But so that's what I'm doing up here on the boat today. I'm also going to, I brought my loose gauge to check the tension on these shrouds. I think my front lowers are the ones that are too loose. I did some checking. I think they're supposed to have like 200 pounds of tension in them, but I got the loose gauge up here with me, and when I get the boat out in the water, I will try to tighten those up and make sure they're where they're supposed to be, and I'll do a video maybe when I'm doing that. So here it is after I've screwed everything back together. Got the regular pipe clamps on there. I was real nervous about taking that stuff apart, but it really wasn't that difficult. I just had to be careful when I was taking off that plastic T above that red gate valve down there. And then this is, I don't think I ever shown this, but this is the step that goes right here when you come down the companionway. And the one that was there when I had the boat, when I got the boat, was cracked and wasn't in that good shape. And so I just went to Home Depot and got, I think this was 3/8 spruce or something. There's some plywood, the hardwood plywood that they had there. And I cut it out, and then I put on top of it some of that same deck coating that I used up there. And I think it turned out real nice. But I just cut out the spot there for it to go around the winch, and then just fits there real good. So there we go. Well, fits there good enough. And then now I'm just going to put the backboard back up there, and then I'm done with this task. When I did the boat tour, I think last year, whenever I started shooting videos, I didn't really go over all the compartments down here, but this is that quarter berth where we keep the rudder and the crib boards and everything, and that goes all the way to the back of the boat. And so that back hatch up there, when it opens up right into that area. And then on this side, normally it has this board closing it off, but that's pretty much just unused space, at least on my boat, because it's just open. It goes right to the bilge. At least the one on the other side's got like a shelf so it doesn't get wet. But you can see the bottom of the boat down there, and then this opening, this over here, is just open right to the bottom of the boat. So when you're heeling over, water sloshes up there, and you can't really put anything in there that can't get wet. Now I do have my gas can back there. That whole area, that back hatch right there, opens up into this whole area, and so you can see why you're not really supposed to have your gas can in here, certainly not when it's operating, because any fumes or anything will get in the whole cabin of the boat, because this is not this box, this back right here is not airtight. I think on some of the newer ones, this is like closed off, where there's a compartment back there where that gas can is closed off, where you can put your gas can back there and not worry about fumes getting in the whole part of the boat, but my boat doesn't have that. And then here you can see my bimini. I know I get a lot of grief having the bimini up, but it's really helpful for me. Like tomorrow it's going to be raining, and my son said he wants to go sailing. I'm not really all that enthusiastic about it, but I told him if he goes and he can't get anybody else to go with him, I said I'll go. But you can see having this bimini up, even on the small boats, going to be very useful tomorrow when it's raining. But that's it for this. Now I'm here down here rehooking all the drain hoses up, and then I'm going to work on the replacing the back seats, and I'm going to go out sailing for a while. It should be pretty nice this afternoon. If you see the bulkheads right there, underneath the fire extinguisher and all the way across the boat, I don't know if this is going to pick up the color real good, but I think those look okay now. When I got the boat, they looked just like that, and then this piece here, and I'm not gonna put that back up there when I go sailing today. I'm gonna take this piece home and clean it up and just put some teak oil on it. That seems to shine this wood up very nice. So I'm gonna put some teak oil on that, and then when I get it back on the boat, I'll show you what it looks like, but I think it'll make it look a lot better. This is that backboard that I took back to the garage and refinished it, if you will, using the teak oil. It turned out very nice, and go back and do some more of the wood on the inside. Okay, I'm now out here fixing this rear cover that started bubbling up. I didn't put enough glue on it or something when I put it down the first time, but gosh, it feels like it's 90 degrees out here now. And I'm sure I'm not supposed to be applying this stuff when it's this hot, but this is this 3M high strength contact adhesive. I used it when I did it before, and this is a replacement. I think I just didn't do it enough. I'm going to spray this stuff on there and then re-stick that, and then hopefully that'll last the summer. And you can see over here on this side where it's bubbled up because I didn't put enough glue down. All right, let me get it finished. While I was re-gluing the back seat this time, I got to looking at the wear pattern for the existing seat that's still there. At first, I thought it was staining, but it's actually not. It's that the top layer of the PVC foam is slowly wearing away. That particular spot is where you sit and turn your butt around and everything, so just over time, it wore it thin. And you can see on this video, you can see the top layer of the brown PVC, then the black. And so what's happening is as it's wearing down, it's generally or gradually exposing more and more of the black PVC.
even though this PVC wore in this place where it had heavy traffic on it after, I guess, year and a half, I don't think it made it to 2 years, I still really like that PVC foam teak. It really cleans up the way the deck looks, and it's very inexpensive to redo. I think I mentioned it before, but I think all the PVC foam that I got was like $30 or $35. And so, I can redo that several times. It's not a problem.